And we are back again, but this time with some warrior cards. Alright, so first off we have Troublemaker. 8 cost 6/8 warrior card. At the end of your turn, summon 2/3/3 Ruffins that attack random enemies. There's just so much value, honestly, out of this card. I think it would fit very well into a control warrior, because now your opponent wants to focus on killing this minion because it keeps summoning those 2/3/3s. It's a lot to deal with. It's just like every turn you're getting those, they're randomly attacking stuff to most likely probably help the board situation every time. And it's so much. This card has a lot. Honestly, in my opinion, I think this card has a lot going for it. It's very strong. Could very much be a possibility in a control warrior. I think it's just good. It could be a shoo-in to, like, oh man, I need some kind of big card, but I don't want to know what I really want to throw in. You can throw this in there. This card is perfectly acceptable. I think this works very well. Therefore, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Playmaker. So from Troublemaker to Playmaker, we got these makers. They're making plays. I don't know. Okay, so 3 cost 4/3 for warrior. After you play a rush minion, summon a copy with 1 health remaining. This card is very specific with rush stuff, because warrior has, for some reason, just become the rush thing. But I don't know if necessarily... Well, a 3 cost 4/3 is perfectly fine. That's already fine. Plus you got a little bit of extra value out of it. But then you for sure want to throw rush minions into your deck, which you might not want to do anyway. So, I don't know, it just seems weird, because you summon a copy of that rush minion with 1 health remaining. It's very good with Ziliax, though. Except he's not in standard. I keep forgetting. Boomsday, rotated, out. What's really good with this, then? Rusticon's Rumble stuff is rotated out, which was a lot of rush-focused stuff. Again, I think just because of a lot of the rush stuff has rotated out, this isn't as good. I could be what I'm thinking. I don't know. I just don't see it. Maybe I'm not seeing what maybe other people would be seeing, but I'm not seeing much out of this card. I'm gonna go with a 4 out of 10. I don't think it's very good. Athletic Studies. 1 cost warrior spell. Discover a rush minion. Your next one costs 1 less. Back to doing rush stuff. I mean, it's kind of just like you are playing a rush minion for 1 Yeah, but this costs 1, so then this is basically 0 cost to discover a rush minion. I don't know. I don't really know how I feel on this one. It doesn't make much sense. Because, like here, let me explain myself. It doesn't make much sense because I would rather just pick the rush minion that I want in my deck than discover it and then play it for 1 cheaper, but you paid 1 ahead of time anyway. So I'd rather just pick the rush minion that I want and put it in the deck. So some of the other study ones are fine, but this one I don't see it. I'd rather just throw the rush minion into the deck that I want already. Why would I want to discover one that It might not be great. Rather would have had a different one. So for this one, I'm also going to go 4 out of 10 again. Information. 2 cost spell for warrior. Add 2 random taunt minions to your hand. Once again, going with the... Those are the 2 main things for warrior. Taunt and rush. So taunt here. It works well with some of the other taunt stuff that was introduced in the last expansion. Or not last expansion. What expansion was that? Into the Fray. What expansion was Into the Fray? I'm blanking. Where was Into the Fray? Anyway. It's just a lot of value. That's about it. Would you rather pick 1 taunt minion that you want, or get 2 random taunt minions? Honestly, in this case, I'd rather get 2 random taunt minions, because it's more value. For 1 card, you get 2. That's just more value. So most likely possibly a control deck you could put this in. Maybe not. You may not. It's probably on the fence for a control deck, but it wouldn't be bad in a control deck, I don't think. Because taunts are going to slow stuff down again anyway as well. So you've got those options then. This is a possibility that you could throw it in if need be. I'm going to put this one at a 5 out of 10. Right down the middle. I think that's pretty fair. The Reaper's Scythe. 4 cost, 4/2 weapon. With Spellburst, also damages adjacent minions this turn. I think it's pretty good. 4 cost, 4/2 weapon is honestly already not bad of value. Because, for example, you have the Arcanine Reaper, which is a 5 cost, 5/2 weapon with no text. So, take off 1 attack and cost down. You get a 4 cost, 4/2 weapon. But also you have the Spell Burst. Also damages adjacent minions this turn, which is really freaking good. Any kind of spell triggers it. You only get to do it once, though. Only that 1 turn. But it's only got 2 durability, so it's not even that big of a deal. Really good. I think it's very, very strong. Because your opponent can't really play around it, because most likely what you're going to do is when you see a good opportunity, you're going to play Reaper's Scythe, you're going to cast a spell, and then you're going to do the adjacent attack. And then it's like, well, I couldn't play around that because I didn't know you had the weapon. The only way you could know they had the weapon is if you were playing Priest and you did like a Mind Vision or something like that, for example. Or Thought Steal, or any of those type of things. It's very... I really like the weapon. I think it's a very good weapon. What kind of deck would it go in? That I don't necessarily know, but it is a good weapon. It could maybe go in maybe like a mid-range warrior? Maybe tempo? I don't know. I need to learn how tempo decks work a bit more. I should look into those a bit. But this is just a freaking good weapon. That's what this is. Just incredible. I'm going to go with a 8 out of 10. Because it's so strong. Rattle Golem, 9 cost, 9/9. Legendary. Death Rattle, resummon this with -1/-1. Whole crap ton of value. Because you get a 9/9, 8/8, 7/7, 6/6, 5/5, 4/4, 3/3, da-da-da-da-da. So you take all that, you put it together, and that's a lot of stats. Like, I'm not gonna throw those calculations together right now, but that is a lot of stats. It's like, I think it's like it's gotta be like high 20s, maybe 30s. The only downside to this is it being silenced. But still, even being silenced, you got a 9 cost 9/9. That's not horrible. Kind of bad, but it's not horrible. But this thing can just generate so much value. Oh my goodness, it is ridiculously big. Oh. Like, I don't... It's so good. Like, why wouldn't you play this? Easily would be able to keep control over anything on a board. Like, it could take out 9 minions, basically, on its own. 9, 8 minions, so... Jeez, that's a lot. Like, my goodness, it's so good. I just can't get over the fact of how good it is. When I first initially saw it, it's so good. And still, I think it's still really freaking good because that's just so much stats on that. Because the only way to stop him is silencing him. Otherwise, it will take you forever to kill it. And it takes so much resources to kill him too. And this is only your opponent. This is only one card then, and your opponent is probably pouring like 6, 7 cards probably into killing this thing, which is freaking great. I'm gonna give it 9 out of 10 because of how ridiculously good it is. That will be it for the warrior cards. Next time, we will talk about the warlock cards. I'll see you then.